1 in 10 teenagers will have a crash sometime in their first year of driving. Doing the things taught in this course will improve the odds that we're not among the 10%. But if there is a crash, we need to know how to deal with it, whether we're involved in it or whether we're just in a position to help. In the event of a crash, there are 4 things that need to be done. First, protect the scene. Second, call for help. Third, take care of any injured. And fourth, report the accident. The first and most important thing to do at a crash scene is to keep things from getting worse. If the cars can be moved, we need to get them off the road, out of the travel lane. We don't have the right to block traffic and possibly cause a second collision. Whether we can get off the road or not, we need to warn approaching drivers. It's the same things we do if we have some kind of a breakdown. Remember those? If we're stopping to help someone else, we move past them so we don't block the view of the scene or get in the way of emergency vehicles. Once the scene is protected, the next step is to get help. If someone is injured, call 911 as soon as possible. If we don't have a cell phone, we try to find someone who has. While help is on the way, it's our job to take care of any injured. We try to make them as comfortable as possible. We should see if there's a physician, emergency medical technician, nurse, or just someone trained in first aid available to help. We need to do our best to keep the injury from getting worse. That means moving the person no more than is necessary to avoid danger from traffic or fire if there's fuel leaking. The last step. If the crash is serious enough to cause injury or block traffic, the police need to be notified. If it's just a fender bender, the police don't have to be notified and may not come anyway. But always be sure to get the other driver's name, address, and telephone number, their driver's license number, and their vehicle tag number and insurance company. It's also a good idea to get the name and telephone number of any witnesses. One thing we should not do is to admit it was our fault. We're not qualified to say whose fault it was, and it could void our insurance. Just collect the facts and leave the rest to the insurance company. If the car is undrivable, get a tow truck. The police may be able to call one. We also have to fill out and send in an accident report within a certain number of days if the damage was over a certain amount. We can get a copy of the form from the police or the motor vehicle department. However, our insurance company will generally send us one.